Hey Disney fam, welcome to the channel. My name is Rita and I hope you guys are having a magical day today. Today's video is going to be all about the Disney Flexpass. This is actually my part 2 video, so if you haven't seen part 1, please check that out first. I will link it up here for you guys and down in the description box below. So check that video out and then continue watching this one. If you've already seen that video, then just stay tuned and let's continue. So today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to make a reservation via the Disneyland website. So not on the mobile phone, but just on the website. And then I'm going to answer some frequently asked questions that I get asked all the time, whether that's via Instagram, YouTube, whatever the case is. I get asked lots of questions on the Disneyland Flexpass. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's go to my computer and let's check out how to make reservations. Okay guys, the first thing you're going to do is go to the Disneyland website, and then you're going to go to annual passports and view my annual passport. As soon as that page loads up, you'll be able to see whatever accounts are associated with your My Disney experience. And as you can see, there's me and there is the hubby. You can see that we have a date reserved already, so it will show you right over here. You can also view or cancel your reservations as you see right over here, which is very easy. Just remember to do it by the day before so you don't get deemed as a no-show. You definitely don't want that. So then it tells you right over here that you can make a reservation 30 days in advance, and you can hold up to 2 reservations at a time during a 30-day window. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's make a reservation. If you want to make it just for yourself, you would click it, or if you want to make it for both, you can still just click one person. Here's where you're going to go ahead and decide who you want to make the reservation for. In this case, we're going to go ahead and do it for me. And we're also going to do it for the hubby. So right over there, you can see the 2 of us are together, and go ahead and press continue. Now here is where you're going to be able to see the calendar, but first you have to pick what park you want. You can pick Disneyland, Disney's California Adventure, or both parks. So if you pick Disneyland, as you can see, there are a few dates here that are unavailable, which are on the Sundays, and I was expecting this during the Halloween or holiday season in general. If you go to Disneyland California Adventure, you have no unavailable dates. Disneyland, or except the 22nd, actually, I should say. Disneyland is obviously just more popular. That is what it is. And then if you do both parks, then the precedence is going to hold for Disneyland, so you're not going to be able to go. So that's why it's showing blocked. So just kind of keep that in mind. So I'm going to go ahead and book for October 6th, because that is the next time me and the hubby are going to go. And I'm going to press review your selection, and it's going to show here my reservation date for Sunday, October 6th, both parks I want to do, and then the 2 people or however many people you're deciding to do this pass for. So like I said, you can do just Disneyland, just California Adventure. It's really up to you on what you want to do. And remember, you don't have to enter both parks to be deemed as a no-show. If you have both parks there, you just need to enter into one of the parks and you're fine. You won't get dinged. And then press confirm reservation and you should be good to go. So here you go. You'll see you real soon. You'll have a confirmation. Mickey and all his pals are, ready for you to come on by. All right guys, so as you can see, making a reservation with the Disneyland website is super easy, and it is the same exact process on your mobile phone. That's why I didn't show it both ways, because it's literally like pretty much the same exact steps. So if you guys have any questions on that, you can always comment down below and I can help you guys in any way in terms of making it via your mobile phone. If you guys noticed, there was unavailable dates in the month of October, which I figured as we got closer to the holidays, this would happen. However, I do want to update you guys practically via real time, because I filmed that video a day ago and it's now the very next day, and I checked the calendar again, and some of those dates, some of those Saturdays in October that showed unavailable are actually back to being available to reserve. So I would say always check back, even if there's a day that you want to reserve and it shows unavailable, maybe in a day or 2 or a week later it might show up as available. So just keep that in mind. So now I'm going to go into some frequently asked questions that I get asked all the time, whether that's on YouTube, Instagram, DMs, whatever the case is. I get lots of questions on the FlexPass, which is really cool. I'm really happy that my first video, you know, was able to be very informative to a lot of you guys, and I know there's a lot of follow-up questions, and there was a lot of follow-up questions that I had to answer for myself. Me and the hubby have had our FlexPass since July, so it's been a few months, so we've actually been able to experience it more, and now I can give you guys more updates and, you know, better answers to your questions. So here we go. Let's jump into these. I have a book here with what I wrote down, some of your questions. The first one is, how soon can you make a reservation? So if you were to purchase your FlexPass today, you can make a reservation today. That is how soon you can make a reservation. Okay, so the next question that I get asked is, how close to the day you want to go can you reserve a day? So let's say you're like, oh, I want to go tomorrow. Can I reserve it today? The answer is yes, you can. You can even reserve it day of. I haven't reserved it day of just yet because me and the hubby, we usually plan our days anyways. And if I reserved it that day, I would have to go. I couldn't cancel the same day. So, and if you want to know more about cancels and no-shows, definitely check out my first video. But in any case, I have done the day before. We've definitely booked it where it was like, we want to go tomorrow. We booked it the day before and it worked out perfectly fine. But you can make it the same day because, like I said, the day you get your FlexPass is this, you can reserve a day that exact day. So I want to say you can reserve a day of. The next question I get asked is, does Disneyland and DCA take run reservation, or does that count as 2 reservations? So when you go in, like I showed you on the, when I showed you how to reserve it, when you saw it on my screen, you can pick Disneyland, you can pick DCA, or you can pick both. Even if you pick both parks, and then you pick that day, let's say it's October 6th, whatever the day is, then that is just 1 reservation. So just because you're picking both parks on one day, that is still 1 reservation. Now, if you were to pick Disneyland October 6th and then DCA October 7th, that would be 2 reservations. So don't look at it so much about the parks, look at it as the day. One day is 1 reservation, and in one day you can reserve 1 park or 2 parks. Next question is, so all about parking. I got a lot of questions about, is parking included? How much is parking? Parking tips? Can you add parking? This is the one downfall, you guys, on the FlexPass. It does not include parking, and you cannot add parking. So you have to think about it on a cost perspective in terms of parking. Parking is $25 for a visit, and the next cheapest pass to the Flex, well, actually, I shouldn't say next cheapest pass. The pass that includes parking, if I remember correctly, is about $600 to $800 more than the FlexPass. So you will have to go enough times and pay $25, however many times to get to that difference, whether it's $600 or $800, to make up that price. So just think of it that way. Are you gonna go enough times to where the parking you pay of $25 is gonna add up to $600 or $800? I can't think of it right now on the top of my head, but it's somewhere around there. So if you're gonna go so many times that you're gonna spend like $1,000 on parking, then yeah, the FlexPass is probably not the best for you, and you should get the annual pass that includes parking, because then you're gonna get more of your money's worth. But if you're not, and that's probably the reason why you're getting the FlexPass, is because you're probably not going that much. But yeah, if you're not, then parking for 25 bucks a day that you go is not bad. And in terms of parking tips, so me and the hubby, since we can go a little bit more regularly, sometimes we just park in downtown Disney, and which is 3 hours free parking if you purchase something in downtown Disney and you get it validated. And so we'll do that. We'll park in downtown Disney. We'll go inside the parks for like 2 hours because you have to figure like the walking distance. It's not 3 hours you get to play in the park, because it takes like 15 to 20 minutes just to walk from downtown Disney to the parks. So both ways, you're looking about like 35-40 minutes, and that's not speed walking. So almost an hour of your, and plus you have to buy something in downtown Disney. So about an hour of your time you have to figure for walking distance and purchasing something. And then you get like 2 hours in the parks. So sometimes we do that. We play for 2 hours in the parks. We go downtown Disney, we purchase something. Like if I see something inside the parks that I want to purchase, me and the hubby are like, we'll hold off, we'll buy it in downtown Disney so we can get our parking validated, and then we don't have to pay for parking that way. If you do eat inside of downtown Disney at one of the like sit down restaurants, then you get 5 hours of free parking, so that could kind of help you a little bit as well. I don't know if you're actually supposed to do this, so shh, don't, like, I didn't give you this advice, okay? But those are kind of my tips. There's no other real way to save money. Maybe if you live close, you could Uber. I kind of looked into it, but it almost doesn't make sense. For a convenience factor, like, or inconvenience factor, I should say, it doesn't really worth it for me and my husband, because it's almost a $25 car ride. So that to us doesn't really make sense. If you live really close, then maybe. You can't park in any of the hotels around there unless you're a hotel guest. You can't park in any of the businesses around there. They specifically say like no Disneyland parking or no theme park parking. So I definitely wouldn't recommend that because your car may get towed. So that's all the information I have for parking. Next question is both parks 2 days in a row. Yeah, so you can totally book DCA and Disneyland October 6th and then DCA Disneyland October 7th. So you can definitely do 2 days in a row. You can just not, you just can't do more. But if you're going, like, let's say you're going like for a 3-day trip, and it's not so close to like holiday time where days may become unavailable, and you want to play a little like roulette risk, then what you can do is you can book the 6th and the 7th, and as soon as you sign in on the 6th, like as soon as you scan in and sign on the 6th, you can go in your app and make a reservation for the 8th, like your 3rd day. That would be the only way you can then book your next day, because you gotta at least use one of your reservations. So if you want to do that, I don't foresee it being a problem if it's not really the holiday time, because I haven't had any days become unavailable. So I feel like you can totally do that. You can just keep doing that if you wanted to. So like, let's say you were gonna go 6, 7, 8, 9. So then you use the 6th, you make your reservation for the 8th, and then you use your 7, you make a reservation for the 9. So you can do that. I mean, definitely, there's nothing against that. Next question is, have any dates been sold out? Have you ever seen any like unavailable? So as you guys saw when I was booking it, you did see a few Saturdays in October unavailable, and to be honest, you guys, this is the first time since July I've seen this, and I was expecting this because of the holidays. So I can probably guarantee you guys, starting off now, October, November, December, we're gonna see a lot of these unavailable days because it's the holidays and people are gonna be booking this stuff. So I'm not really surprised. Now there is the good to go days, don't forget, so that's during the week usually now. So if you can go during the week, then this doesn't affect you at all. You'll never have an unavailable issue. You can just go. It's mostly just those weekends, so just keep that in mind, and some Fridays. I got a lot of questions too about annual pass exclusive, annual pass discounts. So yes, any kind of annual pass exclusive that the park is offering, or Disney I should say, is offering as a flex pass holder, we also get that. So any like annual pass exclusive pins, annual pass exclusive merchandise, we can get because the flex pass is considered an annual pass. In terms of annual pass discounts, yes, so pretty much across the board it's 10%, whether that's at any kind of dining, merchandise, anything of that nature. We've noticed it's always been 10%. It's never more. I think that is literally what it is. It's 10% everywhere, and then some places it's just nothing. I've noticed that some quick service, or like not quick service, kiosks, like the places that sell like just churros or like the drinks or something, they don't always take annual pass discounts. But the quick service and table service, yes, they do. And then somebody asked about discounts at the hotels. Yes, so when you're in the Disneyland website and you logged into your My Disney Experience account, it should pick up that you're an annual pass holder, and then when you go to look at like vacation planning or whatever the case is, it should give you some kind of annual pass discount. In terms of if you're trying to book Walt Disney World, no, but in Disneyland you should be able to. I know that they run certain promos as well, like annual pass holder discounts for certain hotels. They run those promos, and for sure you get those because I did look into it. In terms of throughout the whole entire year, I want to say I can't give you that for sure. I've only looked at it when Disney has put out like annual pass holder discounts for hotels and they give like date ranges, then for sure you can take advantage of those. So, and that's in Disneyland, not Walt Disney World. Okay, and then one of the last questions is, I got this more recently, but I got it a few times, was like when I think people are not realizing that this is just exactly like an annual pass. So they're asking like, when does the pass expire, or like when do you have to first start using it, and then like does your expiration date kick in the first date you use it and then you have a year. So the Flex Pass works exactly like an annual pass. If you purchase your Flex Pass on, I'm just gonna use October 6th because that's just the magic number today. If you purchase your Flex Pass October 6th, 2019, then October 6th, 2020, it expires. Whether you use it October 6th or November 6th, it doesn't matter when you start using it. Your expiration date is from the date that you purchase your annual pass. And that's really all the questions that I get mostly. In terms of our experience, we've had a great experience, right, babe?
Yeah, we have.
We've had no issues. Every single time we've wanted to go, we've been able to go. We've booked 2 weeks in advance. We've booked a week in advance. We've booked a day in advance. At this point, I can tell you right now, we have already paid off our annual pass in terms of value. We're still paying because we did the monthly thing, but in terms of our value, we already made our value. We've already went, I think, like, well, for sure I've made my value because I think I've went like 8 times already. The hubbies went like a few less times, but he still made up his pass because I think, what did I say? You have to go, I think, 4 to 6 times to make up your value, and we for sure did that. So yay to us, we've already made up our Flex Pass value. All right guys, I really hope you found this video informative and helpful, and hopefully I've answered more of your questions. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed it and you like this kind of content. If you have any other questions for the Flex Pass, please comment down below. I will be more than happy to answer them for you. Also, let me know if you guys have gotten the Flex Pass. I would also love to know that as well. If you guys like this type of video or any other park related or Disney food related videos and super fun Disney subscription box unboxings, then don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my new videos. Look out for the next video this week, which is going to be my Disney artwork collection. All my Disney art is going to be premiered here on my channel this week, so stay tuned for that. And as always, you guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye!